Sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now look at this. Here, the sets also follows all these algebraic laws. That is, over intersection and the union, all the sets also follows the commutative property. All the sets follows the associative property, and all the sets also follows the distributive property. So you already know that what about the commutative property means over the real number, over the multiplication and the division, summation, all the real number follows the commutative property. That is 2 into 3 is also equivalent to 3 into 2. 2 into 3 is also equivalent to 3 into 2, that we know it. Similarly, 2 plus 3 is also is equivalent to 3 plus 2. Means here also we are considering only the two operators, that is the multiplication and summation. Over multiplication and summation, all the real number follows the commutative law, right? Similarly, in the sets also, over intersection and union, all the sets follows the commutative law. That is, A intersection B is also equivalent to B intersection A, and similarly, A union B is also equivalent to B union C. B union A. That is called the commutative law. Commutative law. So that's why the sets also follows the commutative law. Okay, this is what you have to remember. Similarly, you are also aware about the associative law. So over the multiplication or over the summation, we know that about the multiplication, that is associative law means, suppose 2 into 3 into 4 is there. If I give the bracket for 2 into 3, this is also equivalent to 2 into 3 into 4. Means whenever there is a multiplication and inside of the bracket and outside of the bracket if you have the same operator, even though we can interchange their bracket, so these both will give the same answer, that is called the associative law. So the same associative law is also holds good for over the plus also, that is 2 plus 3 plus 4 is also equivalent to 2 plus 3 plus 4, which is called the associative law. So all these laws is applicable only over the multiplication and over the summation only, not for the division and not for the subtraction. For the division and subtraction, these laws are not holds good. Okay. Here also over and or only all these are applicable. That's why here A union B union C, we can also write that A union B union C. Like that we can write it. Means here at the outside or the inside, if you have the same operator, that is the union, we can interchange the bracket. Similarly, over the intersection also, A intersection, B intersection C, we can also write as an A intersection B intersection C. Like that also we can write it. This is called the associative law. This is called the associative law. Okay. So similarly, we have one more law which is called the distributive law. When we will go for the distributive law means, suppose for example, I want to calculate this 2 into 3 plus 4 is there. 2 into 3 plus 4 if it is there, just observe that at the outside there is a multiplication, inside there is a summation. Means whenever we have the two different operators, in certain cases, with these two, we have to multiply by the 3, that is 2 into 3 plus 2 into 4, we can write it. Means if this 2 into will multiply these two, 2 into 3 plus 2 into 4. Means whenever you have the two different operators at the outside and the inside, then we'll go for the distributive law. This is called the distributive law. Okay. Here also in the sets also they will these will follow the distributive law. As for that, suppose if A intersection B union C is there, A intersection B union C, here you can observe that at the outside there is an intersection, inside there is an union. Like that, if you have the two different operators, this is we can write as an A intersection B, this is one term, we have to multiply these two terms by the A intersection. So A intersection B union, then A intersection C, like that we can write it. Okay. At the outside or inside, you have the two different operators. Then with this A intersection, you have to multiply these two. So A intersection B union A intersection C. Okay. Similarly, A union B intersection C is there. A union B intersection C. This is also we can write that A union B intersection A union C. Like that we can write it. So this is called the distributive law. So the set also follows all these three laws. That's why. So this is that laws you have to write it. So write on these laws.
Done, sir.
Okay. Next, here there is one more law is there. That is, suppose if we consider A union B whole dash or whole complement, if I consider A union B whole dash. So this is also equivalent to, means whenever there is a whole dash or whole complement is there, if you split that dash or complement, this is, you can write that A dash intersection B dash. Like that you can write it. Means whenever if you split the complement, then this union become intersection. And similarly, suppose if you have A intersection B whole dash, A intersection B whole dash is there. Here also if you split it, then this is, you can write that A dash union,
Union B.
like that you can write it. Means whenever if you split the complement rule, then this union become intersection or intersection become union. Okay. So sometimes if this both the set has the same complement, if you want to write the whole dash, whole complement if you want to write it, then you have to change this union to the intersection or intersection to the union. So this law is called De Morgan's law. This is called the De Morgan's law. Okay. Okay. Similarly, one more law is that what is the A intersection A? A intersection A is how much? What is the one set A is
A dash.
A intersection A means there is a one set. What is the intersection of that set itself? Suppose if A has 1, 2, 3.
Empty set.
No, A has 1, 2, 3. Then what about the A intersection A? A intersection A means, so set A has the 1, 2, 3. So this is also 1, 2, 3. What are the common elements for them? So it is 1, 2, 3 intersection 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 intersection 1, 2, 3. This is one set and this is another set. Okay. But what are the common element in both? दोनों का common elements क्या है? 1 is there in the common, 2 is there in the common, 3 also the common. That is the given set A only, na? That's why A intersection A is also equivalent to A. Similarly, what is the A union A? A union A?
A.
That is also A. A intersection A is A. A union A also A. So such law is called the idempotent law. The name of this law is called idempotent law. It's called the idempotent law. Okay. Similarly, if we consider about A intersection A complement or A dash, tell me what is the A intersection A complement?
A complement.
No, देखो, just have this Venn diagram for it. Suppose there is a universal set
Universal
U.
set.
There is a set A, and A complement means that those are the elements which are available in the universal set but not in A, means that is going to represent the area which is available other than the A. Means A का बाहर रहते ना वो area का A dash बोल सकते हैं. This hashed area is the A dash and this is the A. This is A and this is A dash. ये दोनों का कुछ common elements मिलेंगे क्या हमको? This is A, this is A dash. ऐसे कुछ common elements?
No.
No.
No common element. This is the A.
No.
And this is outside, this is the A dash. So there is no cross hash area means double hashed area. That's why A intersection A dash is equal to pi. A intersection
Pi.
A dash is equal to pi. Similarly, what about the A union A dash?
Pi.
A union A dash means this
U.
is A area and this is A dash area. Total hashed area you have to consider. What is the total hashed area?
Universal.
Universal set.
U.
A union A dash is the universal set. A intersection A dash is the pi. Okay. Okay. Similarly, what about the A intersection pi? A intersection pi.
A dash.
Pi means no element. A means some element. A will have the some element. Pi will have the no element.
A.
Then दोनों को common element मिलेंगे क्या कुछ?
A. A.
No. A, suppose if A is equal to say 1, 2, 3. Pi means it is an empty set. कुछ भी नहीं रहते उधर. ये दोनों का कुछ common element मिलेंगे क्या? है क्या common
No.
element? No common element.
No.
That's why it is pi.
Pi.
A
Empty.
intersection pi is equal to pi, that is an empty set. Okay. Similarly, what about the A union pi?
A.
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 Similarly, what about the A intersection union? That is the U. U means there is a universal set. A intersection U.
A.
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 Then what about the A union U? That is
U.
U. That is universal set. Okay. So all these laws we will call them as an identity laws. All these are called the identity laws. Actually, sorry. These are the identity laws. This law is there is no other name for this. So just you have to remember that law as like this. Okay. So these are the laws we have to remember it in the sets also. Okay. Write down all these laws.
Done, sir.
Okay. These are all the laws, the properties, the concept about the sets. If you know all these things, then the problems on these sets are very, very easy. So particularly for the CET level, we will get one question on this set. So easily we can score those 2 marks from the set. Okay. So once all of you open that your material. So all of you open your material. So in this material, open the page number 89. Open the page number 89. Once look at those problems. So there the starting problems or the theoretical problems. Once observe those problems. The screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. In that, पहले question देखो. If capital B is the set whose elements are obtained by adding 1 to each of the even numbers, then the set builder notation of the B is. So there is a B is the set, which we will get it by adding 1 to each even number, right? Even number को 1 add किया तो कौन सा number मिलेगा हमको? और even number odd number मिलेगा. Now odd number मिलेगा. So कौन सा option है?
Option B.
That is the third option.
C.
So B is
Option
equal
B.
to X, where X is an odd number and that odd number is an integer only always. So Z represents integers. Remember that. Z. This is the symbol to represent the integer. That's why option C is correct. Okay. Now second question देखो. Which of the following is a true statement? So options में कौन सा वाला correct है? पहला option correct है क्या? 0
No.
belongs to empty set.
Option C.
Option C is correct. Okay. So because वो set में 0 is the element now, that's why 0 is belongs to the that particular set. Option C is correct. Anudit. Now look at the third problem. Observe the third problem. The set of all prime numbers is. The set of all prime numbers. कितना prime numbers रहते हैं पूरा?
Infinite.
Infinite. Therefore, that represent an infinite set. That represent an infinite set. Okay. अभी fourth problem देखो. A minus B is equal to pi. A minus B is equal to the pi. Then which of the following options are correct?
C.
C है तो okay. C is also correct. Because when A is equal to B, what about the A minus B?
0.
0 means no element will be there. A minus B means those are the elements available in the A only but not in B. When A is equal to the B, दोनों में same elements रहते हैं ना, तब A minus B क्या होता? Pi. That's why that is the C option is correct. Okay. Now
Sir, explain again.
Okay, 1 minute. So here, दो options भी correct है, fourth one correct और A is correct, C is also correct. Just observe this problem. So say they have given that A minus B is equal to pi. A minus B is equal to the pi means the number of elements available in the A only but not in B is 0. Suppose if A has the 1, 2, 3, B has the elements 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you observe that every element of the A is available in the B. Every element of the A is available in the B. That means A is the subset of the B, proper subset of the B, right? If every element of the A is available in the B, that's why A is the proper subset of the B, right? If it is the proper subset of the B, what about the A minus B then? A minus B means those are the elements available in A only, but not in B. So, है क्या कुछ elements वैसा? Is there any elements are available in the A only? No. That's why it is an empty set only, no? It is an empty set. That's why A minus B is equal to the empty set. So that's why, so this is true when A is the subset of the B. So this subset, it may be the proper subset or it is a full subset also, because if I take that B is also 1, 2, 3. Here A and B both are equal, na? A and B both are equal, right? A is 1, 2, 3. B is also 1, 2, 3. Both are equal. Even though these both are equal, whatever A minus B,
0.
0. Here also this satisfying, na? A minus B means there is a no element at all available in the A only. That's why A is equal to B is also correct. That's why this is simply together we write that A is the subset of the B. This is the answer they have to give it. But here they are given separate answers. A option is given like that and C option is given as like that. So both are correct. Both the options are correct in this case. So this is correct answer. Actually, A should be the subset of the B. When A minus B is equal to 5, A should be the subset of the B is the answer. Okay. So that is here A and C both the options are correct. Now look at the next problem. Observe the problem number 4. A is subset of the B. B is subset of the C. Then what about the A and C?
A is subset of C. Option
Good.
D.
A is subset of the C. Option D is correct. Okay. Now look at the sixth problem. A union B is equal to A. Then which of the following options are correct? A union B is equal to A. Then A union B A है तो कौन सा सेट बड़ा है? Just observe that. Sixth problem, they are given that A union B is equal to A, right? When it is possible, suppose if I take the Venn diagram, suppose this is the universal set. In that there is a set A. In that suppose there is a set B. B completely lies inside the A. Then whatever the A union B, this is the set A. And this is the set B. Right? Tell me what about the A union B now?
A.
That is A only, na? A union B means the total hashed area that is going to give the A only. So it is satisfied this condition, right? Means here which is the smallest set?
B.
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 That's why. So B is the subset of the A. B is the subset of the A. If B completely lies inside the A, then only A union B is equal to the A. Here what about the A intersection B?
A is the subset of
B.
B.
A intersection B is equal to B. So when A intersection B is B, A union B is equal to the A means the position of the sets will be like that. So in certain cases, B should be the subset of the A. B should be the subset of the A. So that is the answer. Okay. Now look at the next problem. Observe this problem number 7. A intersection B is equal to A. A intersection B is equal to A. Then कौन सा option correct है?
First option.
A is a subset of B. Okay. Here also the same concept, you can go ahead.
A is a
One
subset
problem.
of
A intersection B is equal to A was given. A intersection B is equal to the A. Now, if you observe that, when it is possible, so take the universal set here. In that, suppose there is a one set, inside to that there is another set. Inside or equal set of that also. Suppose if this is the A inside and this is the B. Then A intersection B, so this is the B set. This entire hashed area is the B. And this hashed area is the A, let us assume that. Now A intersection B is equal to A means there is a common area means where the double hashes are there, that is A only, no? So this is satisfying this condition. Means A completely lies inside the other, that's why A will be the subset of the B. So that's why it satisfies the condition that A is the subset of the B. When A is the subset of the B, then only it is possible. Okay? And tell me, whatever the A union B here? A union B how much?
B.
B.
So when A union B is equal to the B or A intersection B is equal to the A, in both of the cases, A should be the subset of the B. Okay? That is the answer. That is the first option. Next, look at the next problem. Observe this problem number 8. Two sets capital A and capital B are disjoint. Then what is the condition? Disjoint means there
A
is no
intersection
common.
B pi.
A
Option
intersection
B.
B is equal to pi. That is called
Option
the
B.
disjoint set. So option B. Now look at the problem number 9. Also this problem number 9. Q is the set of rational number. P is the set of irrational number. Then which of the following options are correct?
Option A.
Option
A.
A. Option A is correct because rational number is the Q. Irrational number is the P. So there is no common element for the rational and irrational. No number will be rational and irrational. Dono bhi nahi hote. That's why the first option is correct. Now look at the 10th problem. मैंने अभी दिया था formula